Let's dive in, not waste your guys' time. You're here at Vagabond Builds with James and Sandu. Just don't forget to like and subscribe as we truly need and appreciate your guys' support. Hype up this video, as well as if you got something for us to film, here's our email below. Email us, we'll talk details later, and a special shout out and a thanks to reliable GMC, Cadillac, and Buick here at the Roseville Auto Mall in Roseville, California. Now let's dive in. What do we got going on in this video? We have two top trims, one in the GMC Yukon, this being the Denali Ultimate XL, so this is a stretched body, versus the top trim, the Sport Platinum ESV Cadillac Escalade, again, top trim. And let's dive in and show you guys or compare both of them. So let's start with powertrains. Powertrains in this exact video are exactly the same. You get 6.2 liter Ecotec V8 engines, 10-speed automatic transmissions, 420 horsepower, 460 pounds-feet of torque. MPG is 14 city, 18 highway, 16 combined with 28-gallon gas tank size on both. Exactly the same powertrains. One difference is that is the only option you have in the Cadillac Escalade. In the Yukon GMC Denali Ultimate, you're actually getting another option. You have a 3.0 liter Duramax diesel motor. All right, so keep that in mind. You get two options on the powertrain of your Yukon Denali. All right, now let's talk front ends. This is where you're going to see a lot of differences. Starting with the headlight system on the GMC Yukon, we're going to have the precision LED headlight system, complete different design on the headlight system, daytime running lights, as well as fog lights here, LED, blacked out high gloss bezeling, chrome black. This is ultimate exclusive chrome black all around the front grille. We also have GMC with topographic design. You're going to see that topographic design all around the vehicle, exterior and interior. Bumper sensors, 360 panoramic camera, and dropping down to the lower grille, high gloss black as well as hyper silver. That's the design to the front end of the Yukon. Coming over to the Cadillac Escalade. Now remember, Sport Platinum, you're going to have everything blacked out, high gloss. We have blacked out emblem, and this is also because it has the Onyx package, which is about a $4,000 package added on top of the Escalade Sport Platinum trim. And this comes illuminated, 360 panoramic camera, dropping down, high gloss black, lower grille, bumper sensors. We get no fog lights on the Cadillac Escalade, but we do have the LED projector headlight system, and I have to say these headlights are beautiful on a vertical plane with daytime running lights in the crystallized bar. Squinted eyebrows up here with the hazards that you guys can actually turn on the hazards here. So this is not a headlight, this is your headlight, all right? That's the front end of the Cadillac Escalade. Now, I want to kind of mention to you guys that from my standpoint or perspective, the Escalade itself does look a little bit more road princess, a little bit more luxury, classy, to whereas if I come over to the GMC Yukon, a bit more rugged, all right, around a little bit more off-roadish look on the front of the Yukon, all right? Now coming over to the sides. Other than the shapes and the fenders right here, because of the headlights, you're gonna have pretty much the same exact look from the fenders all the way over to the rear ends on both cars. And now let me show you guys that. Starting with the wheels. Denali Ultimate gets its exclusive Denali rim coming in out of Bridgestone Alenza rubber, and that size is a 285/40/24, and it's gunmetal gray with machine surface silver. Suspension is air ride. Coming over to the Cadillac Escalade, again, Bridgestone Alenza, 285/40/24, so exact same rubber. The rim itself is high gloss black, and this is also because of the Onyx package, but suspension is air ride suspension. You get a little bit difference here on the fender. That's because it says Ultimate here with topographic design, nothing here. Side mirrors, exactly the same. Automatic foldable, integrated blinker lighting, 360 camera, blind spot assist, and auto dimming. Denali, you got some lettering here, but nothing here. Gives it more of a cleaner look. If we drop down, trims. If you guys can see the trims, pretty much exact same trim, just slightly, pretty much the same place actually placed on them. A little bit lower on the Escalade. Maybe you can tell there's about an inch lower than the Denali. Same running boards, electric running boards, as you guys can see, and they actually tuck away. Then we come up to the doors, same exact shapes on the doors and the body lines. You're gonna get some difference in the handles. Here you have an electric self-assisting opening door with the handle, illuminated door handle and soft closing, keyless fob entry. Everything is high gloss black around the windows. Here we got a handle that pulls out. Still have keyless fob, but you got the hard button there, and it's a two-tone handle here as well. All right. Then we come over to the doors. Check this out. I want to show you guys. Pretty much same exact door, everybody. All right. Don't let that fool you. All right. Then we come over to the quarter panel area. Emblem here on the Escalade, no emblems here on the Yukon. We come up to the glass, exact same shape on the glass as well as the quarter panels, and then you have the same gas tank lid here on the driver's side as well as on the Escalade. Now you do have four-wheel drive systems in both, all right, and I'm gonna show you guys that when we're on the inside. Come over to the rear. So we're gonna see a lot of difference now. Starting with the Yukon, spoiler, integrated brake light, wiper, privacy glass, LED rear tail lights, Yukon, Denali, we have a backup camera and a live feed right over that license plate, GMC on the right, and your handle is completely different than the Escalade, okay? You have an electric controlled handle here. Bumper sensors, chrome black, matte black plastic with 8,000 pounds of max towing capacity on both. The exhaust tips are gonna be different, twin tips on the Yukon on each side with a full-size spare tire under the vehicle. Check out the Escalade. Escalade, spoiler and integrated brake light with the glass and wiper exactly the same up here. Tailgate's pretty much exactly the same on the tailgate, but you're gonna have Escalade here on the left, 600 on the right, and we have the emblem here on the Escalade, but this is the way you're gonna be opening that tailgate. High gloss black trim, backup camera, and a live feed camera as well right over that license plate. Dropping down, we have high gloss black trim, so pretty much same bumper fascia, just different color schemes. Bumper sensors and your exhaust tips are single, but there's one on each side and they're a whole lot wider. All right. Now, let's go ahead and press open the cargo. Now, cargo capacities are pretty much exactly the same, other than a little extra, I believe, on the Yukon. You're getting 42 cubic feet of space behind the third row. Drop the third row, you're getting 94 cubic feet of space, and then third and second row, you're getting a whopping 142 cubic feet of space. The only thing that changes, I believe, is that the Yukon gets an extra 2 or 3 cubic feet of maximum cargo space, which puts it at around 145 versus 142 in the Escalade. All right, now let's go ahead and show you guys what you get under the mat. Both are exactly the same. On the right-hand side, control switches for your third row and second row, your inverter here, as well as here on the left. Escalade is going to have AKG sound system, subwoofer here in the back. Escalade scuff pads here as well. Then we come over to the Denali. Now, as you guys can see, same exact system back here and here, as well as the subwoofer is a Bose sound system subwoofer, but it just doesn't say it, and it's back here. So AKG versus Bose, but exactly the same exact cargo with the scuff pads here as well. All right, now that we're done showing you guys the differences of exteriors and talking about powertrain options and cargos, let's show you interiors. Before we continue with this video, if you find yourself in the Sacramento, California, or the greater Sacramento area like Rockland, Roseville, Elk Grove, and many other cities, if you need a passenger van rental for the friends and the family for the fun activities such as San Francisco, Napa Valley Wine Country, Yosemite, Lake Tahoe, Yellowstone, and many other places, use the link in the description below and rent from Vagabond Van Rentals. We also deliver. Thanks, guys. Let's go ahead and continue with this video. So let's talk interior. Now we're sitting inside the Denali Ultimate. Everybody, I want to say right off the bat, talking interior, this is coming in at $108,000 total MSRP price versus the Cadillac Escalade coming in at $134,000 MSRP. And granted, you got that $4,000 Onyx package on top. So maybe $130,000 if you don't have that Onyx package. But now let's go ahead and show you guys the differences inside both. Now, starting with the Denali Ultimate, the door sills, you're getting Denali Ultimate door sills with topographic design. You come over to the door, to the seats. Now, seats are pretty much the same, just different inserts. So different wraps, different stitchings, but pretty much the same controls. Come up to the Ultimate, you got emblem and Bose sound system, to where the Escalade has AKG and a different look. Coming over to the dashboard, a lot of difference on the dashboard. Now, here you have natural wooden inlay topographic design with that brown leather lockable glove compartment. Complete different because the Escalade doesn't have a handle on the glove compartment, and you have a complete screen going all the way across from right to left on the dashboard, and you'll see that in a little bit. Infotainment screen, complete different infotainment screens. Well, the screens themselves, but the interface, I want to clarify that, is pretty much the same with the Google system built in. Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. We have the built-in Alexa, Google Assistant, Play Store. And let me show you guys the maps. So what the maps look like on the Yukon Denali. Go back here, and we go ahead and show you the camera system. This is the camera system, and look at that Escalade just looking at us all beautiful. Dropping down, we got the air controls and also climate controls along with your seat controls. These seats do have heated, ventilated seats and heated steering wheel with massage. Both of these cars have exactly the same setups. And you can also have the hard buttons to control those touch-sensitive icons there, okay? Big difference on the center console here as well. You're gonna have an extra screen on the Escalade. Difference here a lot. Wireless charging pad here, USB-C, USB-A plug-in, cup holders, complete difference. And your center console will look completely different, as well as the super cool option of pushing this back and having a secret cubby room right here on the center console. Now let's go ahead and close this. Coming over to the driver cockpit area. Again, will be a lot of difference up here because that screen is all connected to that one screen going across in the Escalade. You can have some similarities in the shift lever for your parking, reverse, neutral, drive, exact same shift lever, and lever here for your windshield wipers and signal lights. Super Cruise, pretty much the same, but you're gonna have a different steering wheel, all right? This is kind of a 3 or quad spoke steering with the spokes in comparison to the Escalade. They're gonna be 2, just one on the right, one on the left. Paddle shifters, both of them have them. And you're getting kind of the same setup in controls. The buttons might look slightly different, but you're gonna get the same controls with media on the right, voice control, heated steering wheel, and to change the theme of that cluster here on the right. And you're gonna have that on the Escalade on the right. Left-hand side, you're gonna have the Super Cruise control along with the crash warning system. Further left, this is gonna be a lot different than the Escalade. A lot going on here, as you guys can see. I'm not gonna go through all the buttons, but you got buttons here for your 360 camera, traction control, lane departure assist, parking sensors, hill descent control, 4-wheel drive system, as well as your lighting system and your trailer brake system, parking brake. Then we come over to the door panels, completely different looking door panels, memory seating, unlock lock, window switches, side mirror switches, and complete difference on the design, all right? Now let's go ahead and show you the second and third row of the Ultimate, and then we're gonna jump inside the Escalade. Now second row seating, everybody. So pretty much everything else, everything is the same in regards to setups and whatnot. The only differences you're really gonna have are the seating inserts are gonna be different style, of course, because it's Yukon, GMC, Denali versus Escalade. Then you're gonna have the topographic design on these pockets. And then we come over to the back of the center console, or the rear, is gonna be this huge screen to control your quad zone climate control and heated seats back here. But you still get the HDMI, USB-C ports in both, also an inverter. Now, that's pretty much it. That's what you're gonna get different. Both come with the entertainment screens. Both have the air vents up here with the reading lights, as well as space test. I'm 6 feet 2 inches. There's more than enough room, first row, second, and third row in both. Door panels are gonna look different in comparison to one another. And controls to the seats are exactly the same. All right, controls to the seats to move it forward and back, drop the backrest and bunny hop it, and a button here to electric bunny hop. Just like this, and we're gonna press it again to bunny hop it, and both get that same exact setup. We come over to the third row, and third row again, different seat inserts, but again, same bench. We got cup holders on both, USB-C plugins, air vents, and the lights exactly the same. This is $108,000. Let's show you what $134,000 gets you right now in the Escalade. Now let's talk Escalade, everybody. So door sill plates, as I mentioned to you guys, this has Escalade on it, of course. But we come up to the seating surfaces. Now, quilted leather perforation, different style completely. And you have the AKG, a little bit more classy on the look of the Escalade. Again, I mentioned that in the beginning at the front end of the vehicles, that the Escalade is going to be a little more luxurious rather than a little bit more rugged like the Yukon. Then we come up to the area of the dashboard. And again, I told you, you don't have a handle. You're going to open up the dashboard, touch sensitive, from here, as well as you can open it up from here too. But look at the screen. Remember, you just had natural wooden inlay here in the Yukon, but this has actually a third screen in front of the passenger, and you can actually check out what the car is doing, the settings, what you're getting with regards to vehicle status, and mess around, turn it off if you don't like it. AKG sound system, so you're getting more speakers in here with the AKGs on the A-pillar, as well as the Alcantara suede up top that you don't get this in the Yukon. Then we come over to the infotainment screen. Remember, the big screen in the Yukon was just big vertical block screen. Well, this is a bit more on the horizontal plane, and you're getting still the Google system with the same look on the icons, but you're getting Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. Here's the camera. So what the camera system looks like, pretty much exact same tech inside both vehicles, right? Because they're both GM. You got the trailer brake system. And if we go ahead and show you guys the maps again, this is what the maps look like. Now, you got the natural wood and inlay going across. The screens are kind of like pushed inside the dashboard. Dropping over to the extra screen here, remember, huge difference on the center consoles. You got a dual climate control screens to where everything was placed inside the Yukon infotainment screen and controls to the vents. But a lot going on in this. I'm not going to go through all of it, but you can control your dual climate controls, your seats, your airflow settings to those seats, and mess around with your lights, your heads-up display, doors and windows, and so much more. You got the lights here as well to turn them off, on, camera button there, and just a lot more. Right behind, this is where you're getting your USB-C plugins on the right and on the left behind that screen, and your wireless charging pad is here. Cup holders are completely different, as well as a rotary knob for that top screen. Hazards buttons here for engine on-off, auto hold, and your vent button, as well as a complete different center console with a removable tray, USB-C, USB-A plug-in, and a 12-volt outlet plug-in here. Up top, pretty much same panel here, other than an added cabin camera, but you're gonna have the tilt slide moonroof option. Again, same glass up top, same controls here, as well as the rear view mirror, pretty much the same exact rear view mirror. Then we come over to the steering wheel. Completely different steering wheel, a bit more classy. Remember, cleaner look. You have the spokes down here on the Yukon, but you're gonna have the same controls on the right, all right? And you can mess around. For example, if I just wanna make it a gauge or augmented reality, you could do that as well. Go back to night vision. You got to start the night vision, and we could go back up to the Google Maps. All right. On the left-hand side, we're getting the Super Cruise crash warning controls and heated steering wheel. Super Cruise here on the top, paddle shifting, and then the same exact lever as I mentioned to you guys, just some different color schemes on both lever here as well. Then we come over to the left-hand side of the steering column. Way more simple, not so many buttons going on. That's probably because they're actually posted in that dual climate control screen, but you got your four-wheel drive system, your mode, your adaptive ride controls, as well as the parking brake, trailer brake, and a knob there for your lighting on your dashboard. More classy door panel, cleaner look, window switches, side mirror switches, and 2 settings for the memory seating and AKG sound system. Now let's go ahead and shoot over to the second row. Now, I mentioned to you guys seating surfaces different, right? Everything is pretty much exactly the same with the captain chairs, the hard backs, the pockets. You just don't get the topographic design. And then we come over to the rear of the center console. No screen, just hard buttons for your heated seats and your climate controls. These are your climate controls for that tri-zone. So you're getting a tri-zone instead of a quad zone. The Yukon gets quad zone, Escalade gets tri. Cup holders here, HDMI ports, USB-Cs, and an inverter here. Now, door panels again looking the same from the front over to the back. You got your B-pillar handles just like you do in the Yukon, as well as your controls. I mean, your air vent, control to your lighting, LED, AKG system. That's pretty much it with the entertainment screens, right? They look pretty much the same other than that center console back here. Now let's go ahead and bunny hop this seat forward. As I mentioned to you guys, same controls. Here you go. And back here as well. You get the different seating inserts, but you get exact same bench, cup holders, USB-Cs, air vents up top, and reading lights. Now this one's coming in at about $134,000 and some change. Now guys, here's both MSRP stickers. First to the Yukon GMC Denali Ultimate XL. And now here is the sticker to the Cadillac Escalade Platinum Sport and the ESV. Coming in the Yukon 108 and 134 on the Escalade. Hopefully this video did help you guys out. Sorry for my mistakes if I made any. I'm sure I did. I'm not perfect. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hype up this video. Thank you so much, and God bless.